here. He's got his own billiard room.
Yes, it's what do you call it, Kramer? The billiard room? No. The name. The billiard? Not billiard. Not the billiards. It was... Come on, Rudy. Come on. We call it the
place to be.
The place to be, yes. It's the place to be.
Then I shall be there.
Now, it's time. Live and in living color. The Grandy Man can.
Time to play the game!
Well, you always left me satisfied and smiling, so...
That's what she said.
Why do I want this?
Yeah.
Because I want to make bank, bro. I want to get ass. I want to drive a Range Rover.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is now time for the Place to Be Podcast. And now your hosts, Justin Rosero and Scott Criscolo.
Place to Be Nation, welcome to another episode of the Place to Be Podcast as we're coming to you late on a Friday night. This is what we do for you out of love. Of course, I am your co-host, Justin Rosero. With me, as always, my PIC, Scotty C. for Norwalk CT. Scott, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, Mr. Rosero, and good evening to all of our wonderful listeners for number 54.
Yep.
How about that, huh? A little bonus at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And is this what I think it is? And you know what's great? On this wonderful Friday night, while we are doing this special extra bonus podcast this week, I have on the Saturday night's main event from February of 1986. It's that one from Phoenix, and what comes on right as you and I are talking is the debut of the Real American Video.
Oh, very nice.
Imagine that, old school, with him and with Hogan when he was like 12 playing the guitar. He's going to start, there it is, there's the USA guitar and the American flag and his fake riding on the motorcycle, because it was about 20 minutes ago that King Kong Bundy squished him. So,
no, seems like a good time to debut his new song and video after he
yes.
gets destroyed.
After he gets destroyed, yes. Welcome again, everyone. Episode 54. This is going to be
54. You didn't give me the player. I've been waiting.
I'm trying to think. 50. Well, I can't say Brian Urlacher. That's too. I got to think of somebody older. 54, huh? Well, I'll do this. I'll do the 1954 New York Giants. Willie Mays catch of Vic Wirtz's fly ball.
Okay, I'm going to go with John Cena, number 54.
Ah, there you go. Hustle, loyalty, respect, yes. Trying to remember what episode we get. I want to make sure. I might have to confer with you after the fact because I need to remember what number Pillman was with the Bengals, so I remember which episode that is. We'll have to talk off the air about that. Tonight is, although technically probably going to be like 53 and a half because tonight is going to be a nice little gift for you for the weekend. It is our picks for this weekend's biggest party of the summer out on the left coast. And tonight, Justin and I will be giving you our SummerSlam 2011 predictions.
Yes, and of course I opened with the CeeLo Green Open because he will be performing at SummerSlam as well.
That is correct. This video is funny. They have Hogan superimposed over all these wonderful parts of America, and his head was behind Mount Rushmore.
No, he wasn't superimposed. He was there. Yeah,
his head is just as big as Abraham Lincoln's was. And wow.
Yes, is that a surprise?
Yeah, well, that's true too. It's bigger than all. They might as well take one of those guys off and put him on. If didn't he slam Andre the Giant off of Mount Rushmore?
Yes, I believe so.
That's right, and he weighed 985 pounds, right? But he was already dead. So anyway, now tonight we will be making our SummerSlam 2011 predictions. At the moment, we only have 5 matches.
Kind of surprising. I'm sure they're going to add one that night like they always do. I'm guessing the CeeLo Green thing must be going a few minutes. And also, I don't know if you read, there's a story out there that Edge did an interview and said he's going to be at SummerSlam.
Well, I did read that, but there's speculation that's not totally true. They said he's going to be at SummerSlam Access, but not the show. He apparently is going to go back to the hotel.
He's going to pull a Bret Hart in 2006, take off right before
Take off, yeah. Well, there was some weird thing that him, Christian, and somebody else are going to go have sushi. I don't know. It's a very strange story. But he is going to be at... I
wouldn't be surprised if they have him pop up backstage and do a little confrontation with Christian or something like that.
With the... But then, of course, Christian will say, I'm just doing what you would do, and that should be interesting. But there is only 5 matches. We all know which one's going to be last, so we'll do that one last.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we begin? Is there anything else we need to
No, I think
We'll dive right in.
Yeah,
let's dive right in.
Then I do want to talk about a few other news bits.
Yes,
before we wrap
and we
up.
have feedback as well.
Yep.
We have our loyal PTB Nation listeners and their predictions and comments. So
I guess I'll say it now too, and then we'll do it again at the end. But I finally did create that Twitter account.
Oh, okay.
You can find us at Place to Be Podcast, and of course the 2 is the number 2. So Place number 2 B Podcast.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you can find us there, and I will be updating every time we post a new show or looking for feedback as well once our follower list
Or
starts to go.
something cool happens, and
Yep.
we want to let you all know. If I see Road Warrior Hawk down the street, and I can't do that. That's weird. Maybe my dreams. Maybe I'll see Road Warrior Animal and Ric Flair and
Well, you were out on a date with one of them, right? Tonight was that
Jim
who you were?
Duggan. Well, yeah, and Jim Duggan.
Okay.
He crashed the party, and then Rocco tried to stick me with the bill. Anyway, why don't we get started?
Okay.
Our opening match. Why don't we start with the one that was just added a couple of days ago in the SmackDown tapings, and that is your Money in the Bank winner, Daniel Bryan, your SmackDown Money in the Bank winner, Daniel Bryan, taking on his former leader of the Nexus.
Doesn't that seem like years ago? I mean,
Well,
I know it was a year ago, but
Right, but it's also funny that he was only in the Nexus for a day.
yeah. But it seems
So-
like so long ago that these two were even associated on any level.
Pretty much. We're, of course, talking about Wade Barrett. Let me ask you something real quick. Do you think Wade Barrett has kind of fallen off the flavor of the month, or do you think he's just kind of settled in and is not really a veteran, but he's kind of gotten his spot for now? Do you think he's been pseudo demoted? What do you think about his spot right
I
now?
don't think he's been demoted. I think it's a good thing for these guys. I mean, I don't get the rush for a lot of these guys. I mean, I don't think they're failures or not successes just because he's not in the world title picture immediately. I mean, he's only been around a little over a year. I know he's pretty much a complete package when you look at him, but that doesn't mean they need to rush him. He had his IC title run. He had a good feud with Ezekiel Jackson. Now, I think he'll just kind of work the mid-card for a little while, and then maybe next year they'll build him back up when they need him. But I don't think he's in jeopardy. I don't think he's been demoted. I think he's just kind of doing his thing. I mean, there's only so many wrestlers, as many belts as they have now. Only so many can still be champions, and only so many can still be contenders. So
Right.
Guys need to do something, and this seems like it's been a burgeoning feud. So, and I think it'll be a very good match. And there's a reason they added these two, because I'm sure they want to give them a chunk of time to eat up.
Right.
So, and I'm guessing it'll probably be the opener as well. So,
I think it'll be opener too. I'm predicting at least 12, 13 minutes.
yeah, maybe even longer.
Maybe longer. Yeah. Now his briefcase isn't on the line, right? It's just a
No.
one-on-one match.
No.
That makes me think that I have a feeling that Wade Barrett might win. I'm not sure. Daniel Bryan just had a job to somebody on SmackDown last week.
Yeah, but he had been on a roll since before that. I don't think Barrett wins here. I think Daniel Bryan wins. It looks like they want to try and keep him strong. I know it's a while before WrestleMania, but they need to continue to build him up. So I'm thinking he gets the win here. I think it'll be a hard fought match. It'll kind of be built almost like an upset, but I think Bryan wins.
I think, you know what? I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan too. I've been on the guy's bandwagon the whole time, and I'm going to stick on it. So I agree. I think Daniel Bryan. It
seems like they're finally getting behind him, so I don't see any reason why they have him lose. A guy like Barrett is I don't want to say bulletproof, but he can take a loss here. It's not going to hurt him. He's not really being built for any major storyline or angle.
No, exactly. Our next match.
And I did want to actually, just while you set up the next match, I'm going to check quick.
Yeah.
I want to see what Bryan's, of course, going to our brother site, the history of WWE.com.
Yes, our good friend Graham Cawthon. Graham
wanted to
Broham.
Yes, Graham the Broham. He's
Graham the
still
Broham.
celebrating his 30th birthday, I think.
Yes. Where is he now? In Kilimanjaro or somewhere?
I just wanted to see what Bryan's record was lately. He defeated Tyson Kidd last week. Barrett provided guest commentary for that. And then, hang on, this might do a fine. It'll probably be easy.
Incidentally, Graham, my Broham, I'm gonna talk to your DJ for your upcoming wedding down the line, because I think a good song to play, maybe not for your opening, your first dance, but I definitely think that they should play Kool and the Gang's "Cherish." Very good song. I wouldn't play Madonna's "Cherish"; it wouldn't fit. I think Kool and the Gang's "Cherish" would fit a lot better. Cherish is, of course, his beautiful fiance's first name, so which I think is kind of cool. I think it's a cool first name.
Bryan lost to Cody Rhodes on June 24th when he was embroiled in that feud. He won the next week, beat DiBiase. Lost the next week in a tag match, but he was not pinned.
Oh, speaking of Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Obviously, this is on. You'll be hearing this after the fact. I have it on. I'm gonna watch. I already know. I know it had happened. I'm just gonna watch the match. But your guy finally got his brass ring. Cody Rhodes is the new Intercontinental Champion.
Much deserved.
Absolutely.
Now that is definitely a match I can see them adding, a rematch with Cody and Zeke. Kind of like a last-minute match that they throw on there and give Cody another win. But I'm glad he won. He's definitely a prototypical IC champ. Yep. Zeke had a nice little run, about what he should have.
I could see him holding it till WrestleMania.
Cody? Oh, yeah, definitely. This is right up his alley. So I'm glad that they gave it to him. It would have been cool if it was on pay-per-view, but sometimes TV title changes are just as good. So nice win for Cody there on tonight's episode of SmackDown. And it looks like Daniel Bryan really... The only loss he has was a couple to Cody about a month and a half ago. So since then, I think he's been okay.
Yeah. Speaking of, we were talking about beautiful women. Our second match pits two beautiful women with two contrasting styles of wrestling. That is your Divas champion, Kelly Kelly. And she was the happy-go-lucky girl, but now she is officially back to being the Glamazon, and that is Beth Phoenix.
Did you see tonight what their new team name is, her and Natalya?
I did not see it tonight. I have it on the DVR. I'm going to watch it when we're done.
It is the DOD, the Divas of Doom.
That is tremendous.
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool.
They need a good manager. They need a good valet. A male valet for them. They should bring back Rico. Rico would be perfect for them.
Nah, he's a little too glitzy. They need someone more mean-spirited. Abe Knuckleball
You know who actually would be a great manager for them? Harvey Whippleman.
Yes, they should bring Harvey back. You totally no-sold my Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, though.
I know, but I mean, really.
I like that team. They looked really mean tonight. They beat in a tag match. They beat AJ and
it was Caitlyn. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's their role. They're kind of like the jobber divas. I like that they have those.
And they're both cute. So
yeah. They finished off. Beth pinned AJ with the glam slam, and then they stomped Caitlyn around, and then did their little pose.
I think Natalya put her in the sharpshooter too.
Yes, you're right. Yep, Natalya put her in the sharpshooter. So. And she really ratchets it in. I was proud. That was right up there, like even more vicious than Brett's, I think.
So for those that haven't watched it yet, like myself, if you have it on your DVR, check out SmackDown this weekend. Looks like it was a pretty good show.
Every week is a good show. SmackDown. I'm glad it's starting to get more pub and more love as a show because I like watching it throughout the week. A little bit here and there where I can, and I really enjoy the wrestling on it, and I like the slower paced storylines.
Yeah,
and I for as much flack as he gets, I like Booker. I don't know why, but I just do.
I do too. I'm looking forward to the King of the Ring DVD when he actually acts as King Booker. I think that'll be pretty cool.
Now, did you see the new thing they're doing with the radio feed? You can purchase at the live event. You purchase a radio transmitter, and you can pick up a signal within the arena and hear commentary.
Of anything? Or just pay-per-view?
Of pay-per-view.
Really?
And then you get to keep the transmitter, and it says it becomes like a regular FM radio, I guess. And then you can bring it to future events. So I don't know how much it's going to run, but that's a pretty cool idea. So you can
I think it's a great idea
while you're in the arena. I think something my wife has always complained about when we go to live shows. She always says she likes to hear the commentary. So when we're there, she says it's kind of weird and bland being there and not hearing it. So it's kind of I can't believe it took them this long to think of it, but it's a unique concept.
To be honest, you know what they should do? They really want it. They should do it for house shows too. They should just have two guys in the back and have commentary during house show matches. I think that would actually boost those shows too. I think it'd be a good concept.
Not even just two guys in the back. They can send Josh and Stryker out there. You know what I mean? Or anyone that
Scott Stanford, any of those stiffs.
Yeah,
I think it'd be pretty good. I think it's a good bonus.
I think Scott Stanford.
Well, for an Abe Knuckleball Schwartz, and and definitely for pay-per-views and the Raw and SmackDown, I think it'd be tremendous.
Yeah, it's a very cool idea. That's definitely unique. Now I don't know if it's gonna be available every time. I said whenever it's available. If you go to a show, so I don't know how maybe they're gonna test run it a couple times before they officially decide.
Well, that a good one to try it on, if you really want to have a bona fide full crowd, is at Survivor Series at the Garden. That would be a good first test show because the place will be sold out and it'll be jammed.
Well, they're doing it for SummerSlam.
Oh, they are doing it for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, same thing. Big venue, Los Angeles. So, there's that weird doctor with a mustache that always talked during Hogan's rehab. Our second match, speaking of, we mentioned it, Glamazon, Beth Phoenix going after...
I think no doubt Beth wins this.
Beth is going to cream her. And look, I know maybe we kind of were a little rough. I have nothing against Kelly Kelly. She's pretty. She's played the role well. But enough's enough now. It's time to get the work rate back into the Divas.
This is what they need to do, honestly. You have Beth win and have her and Natalya dominate until Conrad comes back.
Let's put it this way. Make it kind of like Lay Cool, but not as annoying.
Yeah.
And I didn't think Lay Cool was annoying, but I mean, at least they're legit in the ring and can be tough. And
this could be their first legit diva program in a while if they have them build up strong to Karma coming back and beating them.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
You know she's going to get face pops when she returns, so
absolutely,
that's what I would do. I would have them slowly, run through the division, and then if Karma, I don't know if she'll be ready for WrestleMania. I figured her timeline, but it'd be huge for them if she was. And then you have them. But if not, maybe you bring Trish back for a one shot, saying, no one's been able to beat them, so that they bring Trish back to try and beat her, and then they even defeat her eventually until Karma comes back. So there's a lot they can do, and it just makes sense to give it to Beth here.
Yes, I agree. And I think, you're in a good stretch now where you can have some long-term feuds and long-term title holders, and I think it'll work out well.
Now, do you think Beth is reaping any benefit from dating Punk? Do you think this is a prerequisite of...
No.
No, okay. So you think they were going to do this anyway?
If she was dating AJ, then I would see that. But Beth's established. She's pretty. She's got a great
I'm not
body.
saying that she wouldn't be on TV, but I mean, do you think all of a sudden she's vaulted into this prime position as asking? Because there are rumors that Punk was requesting certain perks, and he wanted the job for Cabana, and he wanted I forgot there was someone else. Zack Ryder. He was pushing to get on TV, and I'm just saying now that he has a little more stroke, I wonder if that played any role.
Well, Punk is Vince's boy, but in that instance, you're also not. It's not like you're putting an ugly hump on camera either. So even if he did, I don't think it was like, oh Christ, we have to push her. I don't think it was that. Even if it was, I don't think he was going to get much pushback on it.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a deal to me. If it is, awesome. She's earned it.
Definitely.
She had to deal with dating Santino on camera, so which was pretty funny.
Poor Santino, huh? He's just kind of disappeared. He was, it's sad how over he was in that comedic role, and now he's barely ever used.
I hate to say it, I don't see him. I see a future endeavors in his future. I hate to say it. I thought the guy would have a job for life, but
I think he'll stick around in the doink role. He'll just kind of be the goof.
Hornswoggle.
Yeah, like guys like that, I think are key for like house shows. They can kind of work the opener and get the crowd going, and then they're all right. You pop them in TV every now and then for they need jobber to the stars guys like that. I think it's a fine role. I think he's safe for a while.
Okay, we'll see.
I think they like him.
Our next match, we'll do the 2 title matches last. This match, I love this match. I cannot wait for this. This match is right up yours and my alley. 2 thick hosses just beating each other, and that is Mark Henry against Sheamus.
Hoss heaven.
Hoss heaven. Just 2 thick guys just smacking the shit out of each other. I'm going for Mark Henry in this match.
Really?
I have a feeling, I think it's going to be a great match. I think somebody's going to, because Mark Henry, I think if he's going to really be supported well on SmackDown, he needs a little muscle, or he needs like a side guy. I think someone's going to come out. You know who Mark Henry would be perfect with? Mark my words. Now, my predictions are usually 50-50. Brodus Clay will come out and cost Sheamus the match. I think Mark Henry and Brodus Clay would be because Brodus Clay would be a good underling to Mark Henry. They're both kind of the same size, and these 2 just big hosses just running roughshod. So Mark Henry wins with help from Brodus Clay.
It's definitely a close pick in the way they've been booking Henry, but I just had to hear the song. So great.
Yeah.
Now, there's rumors that he's getting a new song. Someone saw it on iTunes. I
saw. Oh no!
I hope not. I hope it's just a bad rumor.
I got a thought here. Now that he's turning face, and he seems like he's going to be a successful face, what do you think about him winning the Rumble?
Well, I want to get to the Rumble later because I heard something I want to talk to you about. We'll do it after this stuff.
Okay.
Sheamus, though, he was on Conan last night, so to me that might tip that they're looking to give him a major face run. So I think that's why he's going to win this match.
Okay. All right. I think it'll be a great match. If he loses, it will not be clean. I have a feeling that they like. I think they like Brodus Clay. He wrestles a lot of the dark matches. They had him with Del Rio going into. For Christ's sakes, he was at WrestleMania. I think Henry needs a little muscle. I think Brodus Clay is going to be his muscle, and he's going to help cost Sheamus the match. But it'll be a good match. I think it'll be a good, 15-minute, 12, 13, 14, 15-minute, just smack fest. These 2 hosses. I like it. Right up our alley. Very good. Our next match is the no-holds-barred match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Your champion and a guy who took enough time to say congratulations to our man Matt Rotella on his wedding day.
Yeah, I was thinking earlier when I was watching some of SmackDown and Christian was on, I I wonder how that conversation went. I wish we were privy to it.
I know, really. It would have been awesomely awkward.
Yeah.
Thanks. Although he was kind of drunk, so maybe he was much more suave.
Yeah, he might have been. He might have been strip club Matt.
Yeah, exactly. He might have been the pimp daddy. Christian, the world heavyweight champion, defends his title against the challenger Randy Orton in a no-holds-barred match. This is their, if I'm counting correctly, 4th consecutive pay-per-view.
I like it.
That
Why
they are
not?
facing. I absolutely love it. I love it.
I dig
Absolutely.
the long feuds. You know, everyone complained for a long time. Oh, they rush the feuds. They do, and then a lot of fans complain. Oh, well, now they're fighting 4 times in a row. But you know, you can't have it both ways. Maybe they could have worked in one off-show contender match with Christian fighting someone else and Orton commentates, kind of like a 1996 style. But I like it. Christian tonight on SmackDown was complaining. He said he was going to sue the WWE because Randy Orton was mentally unstable and he had proof, and that they were putting him in the ring with a mentally unstable person. Triple H kind of reverse psychologied him into saying he'll keep the match and not sue. So I like Triple H in this role, but he's starting to annoy me a little bit with the whole. I did not like the whole stop crying like 2 women thing he did with Cena and Punk. It's like, this is a legit feud with big title implications, and there's a place for humor like that, and there's not. And then even tonight, like Christian said, "Oh, I've been calling you haven't returned my calls," and Triple H was like, "Well, it's frankly because I don't give a damn," or something like that. And it's like, come on, like, do you have to belittle everything? I know that's his style of humor, but sometimes these kind of legit situations, I just think he needs to start being a little more serious,
Yeah, I think he needs to. I don't disagree. I caught the same thing on Raw Monday, and I haven't seen SmackDown yet, but I'm sure it probably will annoy me too. But I know you're trying to be the baby face, and I know you're trying to be the good guy, but don't forget, you're not. You are the game, but you're not the game. You're not feuding with these guys, okay? You're supposed to be the figure.
There's already enough fear that he's kind of starting to take over this Punk Cena feud. It overshadowed a little bit. And I know they're eventually building to Triple H Punk. I mean, that's inevitable. I see it coming.
Right.
But right now, he should be laying low a little bit more.
Well, I don't. I have a feeling that we'll get to that match in a minute. Let's start. We'll get into that last match in a minute. But I think I've loved this feud. I said it on our half-year special. I love the fact these two guys are facing each other because I've said it before and I'll say it again. It has not been often in the last 3 years that Orton has been able to face somebody that's his build.
Yeah,
he's usually facing bigger guys. Christian and Orton literally have the same body build, and I think it's been a great feud to watch. Both guys really have great chemistry. Because I'm not sure fans may not like the ending of the show. This is going to be the happy part. I think Orton wins the title back.
I'm torn on this one. I mean, it seems like it's time for Orton to win it back, but Christian's barely had it. And I wish they'd give him I might pick Christian out of one of those stupid picks where I'm just hoping that they give it to him, but I know deep down Orton's probably winning it back. But I could see them maybe stretching it out one more month, actually, because I could see them trying to... What's the next? Is it...
Night of Champions is next.
So when's the next gimmick one? Is it not
Hell in a Cell?
Is that right after Night of Champions?
Yeah, I think that's... Isn't there 2? Yeah, there's 2 in October. There's Hell in a Cell, and then they're bringing Vengeance back.
Okay, they're not doing bragging rights anymore.
No, bragging rights.
They're not doing Breaking Point, right?
Breaking Point's been gone for a while. No, it's Night of Champions, and then 2 in October, Hell in a Cell, and then they're doing Vengeance again, and then November is Survivor Series, and then December is TLC.
All right, because I'm curious if they want to stretch this to a gimmick match. I could see them maybe doing.
Well, this is kind of. Well, this is a stipulation match. I guess you wouldn't really call it a gimmick per se.
Yeah, so no holds barred to me. I can see Christian squeezing out a cheap win.
I'd love to see the 2 of these guys in a Hell in a Cell.
That's what I was gonna say. I think next month at Night of Champions, maybe they'll do something where it's either a 3-way or they do something fishy with Christian facing someone else. Some kind of championship stipulation, and then Hell in a Cell. They have the final blow off for Orton wins. I can see them continuing this. Because, I mean, really, if Orton wins, who else do they have right now built as a legit heel to challenge him? I mean, they're not going to do Great Khali.
Mark Henry?
I guess if Henry defeats Sheamus, they could do it. But, I don't know. I'd rather to see the Christian thing go on than Orton and Henry.
I don't disagree with you, but based on what my next pick's going to be, I think they're going to want at least one pseudo happy ending. So that's why I have a feeling that Orton's going to win it here. But okay. I hope you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Because we're picking straight up, picking with my head. I'm gonna do the same thing with the NFL preview. I'm not making a Lakers pick here. I'm picking with my head. I think Orton's gonna win it.
Okay,
even though I'd like to see Christian win it. Okay. And finally, the match that's got a lot of things wrapped around it, and that is, of course, the title versus title, champion versus champion.
Actually, before we get to that, I wanted to ask you something really quick.
Yeah.
I saw this come up on a message board. It was a cool... It's not even a trivia note. It's a question more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember the last time they had an off-month, just like random challenger main event thing? Like, say, like Shawn Michaels Mankind at Mind Games 96. Like, when's the last time they just had something like that? Undertaker, Vader, kind of, but Vader was more of a fill-in at Canadian Stampede. Brett and Patriot, but they were already kind of feuding. Patriot had beaten him on Raw. I mean, they really haven't been
Sean
many...
Shamrock at DX.
Yeah, they were kind of feuding already, too, though.
Yeah. Remember he was in the sharpshooter, or he was in the ankle lock while chewing gum.
Yeah. No, he had the lollipop.
Lollipop. Asshole.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything recently where a guy was just like, given a title shot randomly on a show.
Yeah, 02. No, all main events. That's because it was tough to do it then because in the Attitude Era, the main events were so loaded that they just never had time. There was never a reason to do it,
That's why I'm saying I wish they kind of do it now.
Even in the how about Brock and Cena at Backlash 03?
Well, Cena won the tournament. I'm just saying where they just come
but still,
out.
That was kind of a weird.
Yeah, but not even just weird. I'm just saying where they just come out one night and say, okay, this guy has earned a title shot.
I see what you're
saying. And then they build a feud from there. You know what I mean?
03, nah, not really. 04, nah. 05.
I mean, I'm sure there might be one in there we're missing. I don't know. If anyone in the nation can think of one, let us know.
Cena Umaga, no. Cena Khali, no.
Yeah, all those were kind of feuds, right?
And all of those lasted. No, I'm just trying to pick opponents in my head. A lot of those were multiple pay-per-views.
Yeah.
In fact, I think they were. Oh God, shit if I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. We'll see if anyone.
That is a good question. That is a good question. Another good question that you brought to my attention earlier today through email, or was it yesterday? A possible future cast topic that I piqued my interest. Maybe we'll bring it up later on, kind of get our nation to kind of get it in their heads. But anyway, let's get to our last match. It is champion versus champion. John Cena versus CM Punk. Both guys are legitimate WWE champions. Unification match this Sunday. And Triple H is your guest referee. Now, I've been asked by enough people, does Triple H as guest referee bother me? And the answer is yes, it does. I don't think it's necessary. I know they wrestled again. I know they wrestled last month, and every month you need to kind of add a little something. This, though, I'm a little... You know what would make it better? If Laurinaitis was the guest referee. That would be better.
He's actually becoming quite the punching bag. Christian took a shot at him tonight, too.
Yeah. Well, he's replacing Vince. So, is Triple H getting that annoying... No, not really. Like you said, Triple H has to be told, look, you're the figurehead now. You're not. This isn't 1999. This isn't even 2006. You need to act like less of a 22-year-old douchebag. Mm-hmm. You need to act like you could be a ball buster, but you need to take all this shit seriously.
Yeah.
I think Triple H.
He needs to be a little self-deprecating, like Vince was too. Yeah. He can't always be the tough badass that's never offended by anything.
Well, I mean, hey, but you have to admit though. I mean, he is taking the step.
Yeah, he is.
Pretty legit though.
Yeah, but those are at her, not him.
No. Punk is pretty much referring to the fact that he's her bitch. So I don't know. Anyway,
well, also playing a role in this obviously is that Punk legitimately it seems like he's officially re-signed. So I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's taking that break that everyone assumed he would be taking.
He's stupid to right now, and he knows it. So my guess is Punk wins this match. Okay. And I don't think Triple H will do anything. I don't think he'll do anything squirrely. I think he'll be like straight down the middle. There might be some chicanery behind his back, or he doesn't see something, and Punk wins it. Now, something that just came to my mind while I was saying that, there might be another side storyline going on here involving the hierarchy. He may botch something on Sunday to let one of the two win. My pick is Punk. And then Monday night on Raw, out comes Linda, or even out comes Stephanie. Now that's
I don't think Linda's getting involved because now there's rumors that she hired the campaign manager. So.
No, I was told by our man Dr. G's wife, who actually works for the company that Ned Lamont owns, that it's pretty much a foregone conclusion she's going for Lieberman's seat. So yeah, the answer is no, she won't be on camera.
No.
I don't think she'll ever be on camera again, period.
Well, maybe someday if she's done running for any kind of office. But as long as she'll be running, they're not going to give any more fodder.
No, I don't think so either. But I could see Stephanie coming out Monday, or something of that, or some muckety muck telling Triple H, look, you fucked up last night. All right. We need somebody who's not going to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. We got rid of Vince because he stuck his nose where he shouldn't have. Don't you do the same thing. So I have a feeling we have another underlying storyline involving the hierarchy that has nothing to do with anybody else, Cena, Punk, or any of that other stuff. That's where I think.
All along I've been thinking Punk was going to probably retain, because I didn't think they were going to want to take it off him this soon. They wanted to keep it hot. But I read a very interesting article today on Grantland. I don't know if you saw it, by Dave Schumacher, the wrestling guy there.
I have not seen it, no. Not yet.
And he wrote this idea that while they know Cena's kind of the cash cow merchandise-wise, would they want to have maybe finally kickstart this heel turn that everyone's kind of been waiting for, and have Triple H help him win, and Cena, totally buck everything and become the corporate champion of Triple H, and have Punk, transition to be your main face on the Raw side? Because I think Punk could carry it. I think he could sell the merchandise. I think he can have the following, and you don't have to worry about having the. You want the clean-cut guy on top like Cena's been all these years, but I think Punk is equally that with all the, straight-edge, drug-free stuff. So, is this finally the time that maybe they do it? The way Cena was kind of talking at SummerSlam, on Raw last week, almost saying, like, I'm willing to do anything. Maybe it is time for me to do these things. Then you got all the stuff with The Rock is going to be starting firing up in November. He's supposedly supposed to be a Survivor Series. So, Cena's not going to be cheered at WrestleMania no matter what. So,
no,
in Miami. So maybe they just turn him heel and they have him be Triple H's lackey for a while. And I don't know. It was an intriguing idea, and it's intriguing enough that I'm just going to roll with it. I think picking Cena is never a bad idea anyway. So I'm going to maybe hold out hope that they do something cool like that, where Cena does turn heel and become the corporate puppet for Triple H, saying he's tired of the fans. He gave all he could for the last 5 years, and they still booed him. And he's tired of deal with that crap, and he's going to prove that he should be the main guy and not CM Punk. And then Punk is easily positioned as a top face in the company.
I think I don't want to say I half agree with you. I agree with you, but I'm even going to go a step further. I think you can pull that off even if Cena doesn't win, because I think even if Punk wins, I think Cena may start getting frustrated. Like, what am I doing wrong here? Why am I being booed? What's wrong with my score? What's wrong with my jorts?
Yeah, but if you start doing that, then it's going to telegraph it. I think right now, if you're going to do it, this would be a good swerve. And it's not a swerve just for the sake of one. You know what I mean? It would be a good twist. But I think if they have them start slowly doing it, then it's going to be like really telegraphed when they finally do it.
That is true. But I don't see. I have a feeling that Punk. I think Punk's going to ride still being like the revolutionary baby heel, I guess you can call it, for a little bit longer. And then I think you may see something. You might see something at Survivor Series. They may have another match at Survivor Series, and Rock may end up costing Cena.
I just don't know how much longer they can carry this out, because I think the pressure on them to keep delivering the material they're delivering is high. So I think without switching things up a little bit, it's going to be hard to do another couple months like this. With them cutting these promo, there must be it's like Cena, or it's like Rock rather, leading into WrestleMania with Cena, the stuff they were doing. There's so much pressure on them to keep delivering something fresh every week. That's a lot to ask for another 2 months of this kind of promos every week right now. But if you turn Cena heel, that gives you a lot of new material to work with over the next couple of months.
It will lead to some very good,
I think he'd be easily the most hated heel in a long time if you turn him, because now the kids are going to be against him, and then you already got the people that are siding with Punk anyway, the internet older fans, and now you're aligning him with the bane of the internet fan's existence, Triple H. And if he turns his back on his fans and his little kids and everything, then it's definitely going to set him up to be really over as a heel. And then whatever, he can turn face again in a year and a half or something like that. But you run with it while it's hot, and you try and get what you can out of this feud, and then you do the Rock thing as well.
It's almost like you're getting the feeling that, we're not going to go into a long diatribe. I know we said we're going to, make this concise. We can get more into this on maybe not Monday, maybe again next week if we do another one. But you're getting the feeling that maybe they're even putting a line in the sand, between the IWC and the establishment. Because if Cena and Triple H have this alliance, you've got two internet icons.
Exactly.
One on each show. You've got Punk on Raw and you've got Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. And they can just bust their balls for 6 months. So we'll see. I don't know. I can't bet against the Revolutionary. Every time I bet against Cena, he wins. So I don't know.
All right, well, I'm taking Cena. Now let me ask you this: I'm
gonna take Punk.
Did you see that story out there that there were people pushing to have Rock Cena pulled off the show?
I did not see that. No, where'd you see that? I didn't see anything about that.
It was at a few sites. It was about.
I didn't see it on. I looked at Lords of Pain about 4:00. I didn't see it.
No,
so.
This was like last week, early last week.
Oh, okay.
They came out and said that there were some people backstage trying to get it changed, thinking. I forget what the whole reasoning was. It had something to do with. Maybe like Cena. Saying Cena beating him isn't going to be good if he's still. I figure out the whole reasoning is. It's something to do with if Cena's still a face and he beats The Rock, it's going to be counterproductive, and they think maybe they could use the resources better. But I mean, at this point, you've come this far. I think you have to run with it.
It's too late now.
Go back now? And last I heard, it was voted down. The guy, whoever it was, the dissension was kind of squashed. And I think Cena even actually addressed the rumors on his Twitter and said it's happening. You know, he'll fight him in the parking lot if he has to. So I can't see them going back on it now. They've come this far.
No,
not
with all the
started to leak out like that.
Yeah, not with all the stuff like the Facebook clip on Raw and all that kind of stuff. You're not gonna pull that off. You're not gonna pull any of that crap.
Now, on that kind of brings me to my hypothetical for you. I heard this today on Dave Lagana's awesome I Want Wrestling podcast. He had Gus Ramsey of ESPN on, and they were talking about this. And we actually talked about this. I think I brought it up like 3 months ago, and we were kind of hashing out the Royal Rumble. You know, saying with Daniel Bryan already issuing the challenge and Cena Rock probably for the title, what good is the Royal Rumble going to be for?
Right.
I think didn't we talk about this a while ago?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Yep.
I thought so. So
I brought it up. I remember I had mentioned it and we kind of bantered for a few minutes and then moved on to something else. We really didn't get any.
So Gus's idea, or no, Lagana's, I forgot whose it was. I think it was Lagana's idea. Said, what if you do the winner of the Rumble gets to challenge the Undertaker in his final match? So they say, you know what? The title match is already set. Cena is going. Well, you know, right now he's locked in to face The Rock. Daniel Bryan's already secured the other title shot at the WrestleMania. So the Royal Rumble right now, you know, we can't guarantee you a slot in the main event, but we can guarantee you this: Undertaker. Or Triple H brings Undertaker out, and he says, you know, Undertaker is going to fight one more match at WrestleMania before retiring. And if you win the Royal Rumble, you get the chance to try and end his streak on his retirement match.
You're the stopper of 20.
Yep.
The stopper of 20.
I think that'd be an awesome idea.
And you know why it would be an awesome idea? Because the Rumble will be loaded.
Yes. Well, that's what he said too. You could really, if you're going to do 40 guys again, they could bring back, like, his idea was that, you know, if Triple H or whoever is running it invites anyone who ever fought Taker at WrestleMania to be in the Rumble, so they're automatically invited. So he's saying, oh, you could bring back, you know, Jake or Snuka or Sid. You know, all these guys that he's fought in the past if they wanted to.
Nash.
Nash.
Jesus, Bundy.
Yeah, those are the guys that you said, Bundy, too. And then you got a few guys on the roster, Kane, Orton. So, you know, and then you invite 20 of the other top guys in there as well or so. So I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it'd be unique. I think it makes sense. You know, I could also see them doing something screwy where the winner just does the triple threat with Bryan and whoever else, too. So I'm sure they can go that route. But it would be really cool if they did something different like that, where this is the first Rumble, to end Taker's streak. So even if it's not his retirement match, even if you just say he's going to challenge Taker.
One guy that it cannot be, however, is the guy that I'm watching right now, because there's some, on my 24/7 tape in the background here, there's some WrestleMania story with Taker, and right now is the WrestleMania 9 match with Giant Gonzalez, which, of course, he cannot be in the Rumble because Giant Gonzalez passed away this year. Was it this year? Yeah, it was.
No, it was last year.
Was it last year he passed away? Okay.
And obviously, Big Boss Man as well could not be on.
Yes, that is unfortunate. They bring back A-Train. Be kind of cool.
Yeah, or even you could throw a Big
Show.
Show in there. Yeah, throw a Big Show.
Kane, Orton. You can put Mark Henry in there.
Yeah, Mark Henry. Yeah, there's a lot of guys they could definitely throw in there.
Oh, you know who they could definitely bring back, and that would spike it. Batista.
Oh yeah, HBK as well.
The only tough one because they wouldn't put him in a Rumble for is Edge.
No, yeah, definitely not Edge. You think Shawn? Maybe bring Shawn back for it
for one match? What the hell not?
Yeah,
he doesn't have to win.
So it'd be interesting. There's definitely it'd be a cool possibility. We'll have to talk about it more as we get closer to the Rumble, but it would be neat. It would be really cool, I think. And that would set up a pretty stacked Mania card if you have Cena Rock, Daniel Bryan against whoever this, probably Orton, and then you have Punk Triple H and then the Taker match. I think that'd be a pretty heavy top four. And then something with Austin. It sounds like he's going to be involved somewhere. There's already rumors
Right,
of
exactly.
That, so.
Yep. And then who knows who's back by then? Foley.
Foley will definitely be back.
Yeah, Mick will be on camera by then, and
maybe throw him in the Rumble too, saying, "Yeah, I never fought you WrestleMania, but I have beaten."
Yeah,
you.
and I've no one's beaten me. No one's beaten you on pay-per-view more than I have.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you could that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Dean's
too bad he's not booking anymore.
Yeah. Too bad he's not employed. Poor guy.
He's employed. He's not there.
That's true. That might be the holy grail of the Place to Be podcast. If we can get him on as a guest.
I'm gonna start working on it. Don't worry. I'm gonna work on it. Don't worry. We'll get there. I think once we get through our Stevie one and we kind of start getting some bigger names in, I think maybe we can land Dave.
Anyway, that's so there's our picks. So I have Brian, Beth, Mark Henry, Orton, and Punk.
Yep. I have I have Christian, Cena, Beth, Sheamus, and Brian. So not bad. We're a little diverse in these. So it's good.
Yeah, we are. Yep.
So one of the news bit I wanted to mention. Have you seen this whole Sin Cara thing they're doing?
What, that they're having different guys under his mask? Or well, that was one rumor that he's been on camera, but it's somebody else.
Well, tonight on SmackDown, he returned, but it was a different guy under the mask. But they're gonna feud. They're gonna have the real Sin Cara come back in a couple of weeks when his suspension's up, and they're gonna do like the fake, basically like remember when they did the fake Kane thing.
Oh, Jesus.
So I guess already, I didn't see the matchup, but I read that Josh Matthews was saying that Sin Cara looked a little bigger or something like that. So it looks like they're already starting the wheels in motion for it.
Oh, Jesus. That's pretty funny.
But I think if you add Sin Cara Ray as well, or that Averno guy, if they bring him in at WrestleMania, that's another big match.
This Taker John Gonzalez match is awful, and even without commentary. Terrible. Man, you got this thought in my head now. I have to talk to our man because I'm obviously going to our friend's house Sunday night. I have to pitch this to our man Johnny Reckless on Sunday night. I think he'll get a kick out of that thought.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. So I was listening to it earlier tonight, and I was like, "Oh, we definitely got to talk about this tonight," because I thought it was a really unique idea, and it was a really cool idea. It's something different for them to do. And this is the year to do it because you have the 2 title matches already set, pretty much.
Yeah, don't try and tinker with what's not broken. The 2 title sides will fill out themselves.
Well, the only way they don't do it is if Cena Rock isn't for the title, which is possible. I mean, they could just have them be a match without the belt on the line. I don't see it happening because you want that to be your main event. And you might as well have
I agree. You don't want Punk to have the title because if it's Punk and Triple H, I don't want to hear all that shit for 2 months.
No, yeah, you don't want the title involved there.
And you're not gonna, and that's not gonna, and that, I mean, it would mean Punk would win anyway because I can't. Triple H wins and I'll be happy and everyone will hate me. So, let's let me. I got one more news bit that I wanted to, not news bit, but about a DVD news bit before we get to the feedback, because we do have actually a decent amount of feedback about the show Sunday. Did you see they have released Silvervision did release the cover of the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels DVD, and it looks like it's going to be an ongoing series. It's called WWE's Greatest Rivalries.
Yes, I did read that they were planning on making it a series.
It's going to be a series, and if you go on to WWEDVDnews.com, which is a great site, there's a picture of the cover, and it looks pretty cool.
Well, the original idea was supposed to be Austin Rock, right? And then because was it because they did the Austin DVD or some reason, right? They ended up.
No, it is. It's because they're doing the Steve DVD that they're going to have.
To do it.
Yeah, but they will do Austin Rock. I mean, I could think of some awesome ones. We should do one night. What other good ones could they do?
Yeah.
Hogan Savage.
Yep. Yeah, because you got a lot of WCW stuff in there with that too.
Yeah.
Sting and Flair.
Sting and Flair. Yeah.
Or Dusty
Rock and Roll
Flair.
Express, Midnight Express, right? Dusty Flair. Wow.
I mean, Austin McMahon, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that was one they were going to do anyway. They were going to think of doing one.
Triple H and Rock.
Yeah.
Brett and Owen.
Brock and Kurt. Yep. If they wanted to. No, that's a good one, I think. So yeah, a lot of good ideas. I didn't get a chance. I don't know if we talked about it. We won't get into it now. Did we go over? I don't know if we went over they did a match list for that DVD. We won't do it now.
Yeah, I don't think we do well with match lists on these shows.
Yeah, no. Well, this one's a lot shorter than that one, than the 50 greatest. Trust me. But there is a little bit of not controversy, but a little issue with it. It's a 3-disc DVD, and the matches on it are great. It's actually a lot of good house show stuff.
Yeah.
From the early '90s. I think they have the Survivor Series 92 title match.
Yep.
But if you want the screw job, it's only on Blu-ray.
I think that's fine. That's on so many freaking DVDs.
But you know what annoys me, though? On disc 3 of the regular one, they have the Iron Man match, which eats up, 2/3. Disc 3 has only 4 things on it. It's got the Iron Man, Brett, their hatchet bearing on Raw, and then both their Hall of Fames.
Well, you gotta have the Iron Man.
So,
I think you have to have the Iron Man.
but the on the extras on the Blu-ray, only Blu-ray is the screw job.
Well, I'll be getting the Blu-ray anyway, so.
Yeah, well, I can't. I'll get the regular DVD, but I have the screw job on 3 other things.
It's on everything else.
So, but there's some interesting stuff. There's a match in Syracuse between the two. There's an IC title match in Utica, New York. There's actually that ladder match from Portland, Maine. So there's actually some pretty good stuff on it. Should be a pretty good set.
Did you mention that there's like a random challenge match that we just had from like 90 or something?
There is a random. Yes, no, I didn't mention that, but yes, there is a random challenge match. Brett and Sean from. It's around the same time as that title match where the rope broke. I think it's the same month.
Okay. Yeah, no, I knew it was a rare one that I don't think I've probably ever seen. Maybe live once. That was it.
But there's a match from '92. I think Brett was the IC champ. And
no, I don't think. There's a ladder match on there. The one from Maine.
Yeah.
That's the first ladder match. That's the one that's on that Smack 'em Whack 'em.
Yep. It's also on the ladder match DVD.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, it's on the ladder match DVD. Which, by the way, there's another ladder match DVD coming out too.
Yes.
There's some match from Utica, New York. Disc 2 has a lot of cool stuff on it, and then Disc 3 again has the Iron Man, their 2 Hall of Fame inductions, and their Hatchet Berry on Raw. So, but I just wanted to mention that if you want the screw job match, you have to buy the Blu-ray. Just wanted to make, and there's a few other extra. There's some 90. You might actually enjoy it because there's some 90. I think there's some of the 97 promos on there too. So the Blu-ray, if you have Blu-ray, it's probably getting the Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'll probably grab it. And it seems like they're going to be doing a lot of DVD releases in Blu-ray because they've been digitizing. That was some of the positions they were hiring for, was for the video library to go through and convert everything to the high def quality. So
yeah, I talked to one of the guys the day that I was watching them shoot the Brett Shawn interview. I was talking to the kid that was doing the records, and he was telling me that they were doing it, and it was all freelance, part-time kids, so they weren't hiring it's all 20-somethings making $8 an hour. That'd
be worth it still.
So yeah, I agree. For watching all that stuff, you can pay me nothing. You pay me in garden catering.
Pay us nothing now when we watch it all. So
yeah, that's true. So why don't we hop onto the feedback, because we do want to
Well, I want to pose that other question first.
Oh yeah,
then
sorry.
We'll
go
do
ahead.
feedback, and then I wanted to talk about NFL stuff quick.
Sure. Okay. Good.
All right. Here's a future show idea. I wanted to do like a what if series.
Yes, this is what I wanted to mention. That's right.
I think this one I saw on, I think it was the Real Smart Marks message board, and it really piqued my interest. I think it'd be a really cool topic to delve into. What would have happened if in late 1993 Shawn Michaels left for WCW, which was the rumor at the time, when he was fed up with whatever that fake, what he says is fake, the failed steroid test or drug test, and he had to leave, and they had the IC title Battle Royal, Razor Ramon won the belt. What would have happened if he actually went to WCW? Does the NWO still happen? Does Nash ever make it big? Does Shawn never really, get his push? Does he get buried by Hogan and die of a drug overdose like every other one? Like a lot of other guys did in WCW with their lax drug policy. There's so many dominoes that could fall with Shawn in WCW and not in WWF. So I want to save that for a full episode, but definitely give us your feedback on that. I'll pose the question on the Facebook pages. I thought that was a pretty neat question. What happens if Shawn Michaels leaves in 1993?
That is very interesting. There's a lot of what ifs, that.
Oh yeah. Well, what if they kept Brett over Shawn in '97?
Well, the two things are connected. If Shawn goes to WCW and never leaves, do we even have an Attitude Era?
Well, I'm saying a complete separate.
Right, but I mean, they do. They could coincide. But yeah, what if Stone Cold didn't hurt his neck and stayed active after?
Yep.
A lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, that's a good. I like that. That's a good. That'll come a time we end up running out of headlines, and then we get to the fall, and then we don't have them. We still have headlines.
I know.
So
someday we'll get to these theme shows.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's start with our feedback. We got a lot of it for this pay-per-view. We'll start with our statistician, as we call him, the Sanchez, Chris James. 4 official matches. Well, now it's a 5. Maybe a couple more after SmackDown, which is true, 1 more. But they don't have any other feuds going. Why did Truth Jomo John Morrison, and Ziggler Riley wrestle on Raw for free. Does that make any sense? No. I thought of the same thing. Maybe Dolph Ziggler Riley no, but I figured why would Truth and John Morrison not be at SummerSlam?
They must have something planned that's going to run long, and they may be saving those matches for the next show, Night of Champions. That's all I can think of.
Okay. Tyler Blunt. People will win and people will lose.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Tyler. Interesting.
You know who that is? That's our man Fax.
It is. No wonder. I can tell by the answer. Better not get him mad. God knows what his response will be.
Yeah, we love you.
Brett Carlson. Botches of storylines that had potential. Always a safe bet. Wow, got a lot of happy people in the
I know, huh?
happy comments in this thread. Corey Ferreira. All right, time to get off lifting now. My picks. This is his picks. Christian versus Orton. Christian wins. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix. Beth wins. Punk versus Cena. Punk wins. Sheamus versus Henry. Sheamus wins. I can see a Triple H turn during the main event by screwing Cena out of the title, which would be great. Christian and Orton should have a great match, but this should be the end of the rivalry now. Beth in reality would squash Kelly, and I hope that happens. I like the Beth and Natty Neidhart heel turns from last week. Sheamus should go over Henry, seeing as they seem to be building him as a big face on SmackDown. As of late, though, I can see Henry winning this one. Overall, looks like a fine show, but 4 matches seems a little small for a major event like SummerSlam. Well, now it's officially 5 matches. So, Dave Hall. I'm really concerned with the talk of Triple H of ensuring one undisputed WWE champion. I can really see this match going to non-finish to drive the concept to one more pay-per-view and have a blow-off gimmick match. I don't want that. I want Punk to win, but this idea would fit the storyline. Interesting.
All right, Todd Weber.
I want to do this one because
Okay,
this is good. Todd Weber says, I predict Justin Rosero will be served with divorce papers if he does too many podcasts in 1 week. Todd, that's why we're doing this at midnight.
Yes, and there is a reason we're doing this so late.
Yes, because the lovely Mrs. Rosero does not off on the couch. So,
yes. so I hopefully will not be getting divorced. We'll
no, you won't. You won't.
All right, so my boy, the first man who posted on our Twitter page, Jay Arsenio D'Amato.
There he is.
He threw a little
J-A-D.
He threw a little Duggan quip in there, which I love.
Ugh.
My boy. All right, Triple H will turn on Cena and Punk and will take the undisputed title. Alberto Del Rio will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and defeat Punk, and then Daniel Bryan will cash in his and take the title. Why is there a lot going on? Also, Scott will get moist upon seeing Triple H in a tight referee shirt. That's why Jay is my boy.
Look at all the times I've seen Triple H without a shirt on. What do I need the referee shirt for?
Well, it'll be a little, I don't know. Love 3 podcasts in a week. Keep them coming, and thanks for showing all the love. No problem, Jay. We love you. So
we got to be careful with some of these entendres. I think we're the Lodi and Lenny Lane of podcasts here. We got to be careful with these entendres.
I think you're both the Lodi and Lenny Lane yourself. So. All right, Austin Pfaff. Main event with Punk and Cena will be good. Hopefully, Orton and Christian can pull off another good match. But I think it's about time to maybe put this feud to rest for a while. Can always go back to it down the road. Sheamus and Henry will be a good big man match, and this is Henry's first SummerSlam match since his debut in 1996. Can you believe that? That is kind of surprising.
What? His first what?
His first SummerSlam match since 96.
Is it really?
Crazy, huh?
So he must always get hurt in like June and come back in November.
Just not be used.
Yeah.
Kelly and Beth will be good. Wasn't he in... No, didn't he fight Matt Hardy at SummerSlam? Can you check that? I think it was like SummerSlam 07.
Yes, he did.
Right?
No, 08.
Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
Austin, it was the pay-per-view. Man.
It was the pay-per-view that his brother fought MVP. We were talking about it the other night. Yeah,
yes.
Mark Henry was he was the ECW champion. Yeah.
Okay.
Austin, tisk tisk.
All right, Kelly and Beth will be good for what it will be. Must say disappointed in the build-up. And last time adding of the matches will maybe hurt the show a bit, but still looking forward to a good time. A good show. Brian Simic. Punk Cena. I honestly think there's too much expected of Punk Cena, especially coming off the sick match they had at Money in the Bank. Not sure where they were going, but they already pretty much hot-shotted this whole angle into a few weeks. I have a bad feeling Cena wins, but I really hope I am wrong. Punk winning with Colt Cabana under that name interfering and starting the Second City Saints in WWE is the dream, but it ain't going to happen. Most likely my guess is that Punk keeps goading Triple H until Triple H either takes him out or Triple H turns heel and takes out Cena. Triple H Cena will be the next attempt at Vince Rock, with Punk being the Rock this time around. See, I think that's possible, only flipped. I think Punk Triple H should be the feud, with Cena being the Rock. Christian Orton, unfortunately Orton, who I absolutely despise, will get his belt back so the kids and other fans will be happy. Christian deserves a chance to run with the title for a few pay-per-views against people other than Orton to see how he does, but I don't think WWE has that faith in him, which is a shame. Christian is a way better performer than Orton, has much more charisma that can shine through given another chance. Another dream would be Edge screwing Orton, coming back to help Christian and then maybe manage him. Again, a pipe dream. I don't really care about the rest of the card. Kieran Polland.
The Hot Scott.
All right, I'm not reading all this. So go on the Facebook page to see Karen's essay that he wrote about.
Let's hope he doesn't go on a tirade like
whatever.
like Jeremy Nichols did.
Where's Jeremy Nichols? I'm afraid we offended him. He hasn't been on. He hasn't left any feedback. Jeremy, if you're out there, please come back.
Come on, we didn't. We were only doing it for time purposes, not to insult your intelligence.
The only guy we really don't like is Rob Houston.
Exactly, and Kieran won't get mad because he knows we read all of his Bible.
Karen gets more love out. No one outside of J. Arsenio D'Amato gets more love than Karen Poland. So, Karen, go on a Facebook page to read Karen's doctorate that he wrote about.
Yes, he did his in-depth predictions of all the matches. So.
And then finally, Grand the Broham. Very much hoping for the same continued momentum we've seen since June. The main event, a match of the year rematch, is carrying the show, but they've got some scheduled undercard matches that look good on paper. Hopefully we'll see some more announced between now and Sunday. The Cena Punk promo off on Monday had me literally throwing money at the screen, so I'm obviously getting this show. And then Aaron Goins was just saying it's not going to be a long show. So.
Right. Just to confirm, yes, Austin Pfaff, you're almost right. The only Mark Henry SummerSlam match was indeed 2008 against Matt Hardy, but it was only 33 seconds. So you may have thought it wasn't a real match, but in reality, it actually was. So, sorry, Austin, but Mark Henry has had one. I just checked every single card since 1996, and he definitely had a match at SummerSlam.
He just watched every single SummerSlam since 1996.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
he wasn't ringside for the first one, of course, because that was the whole Jake Lawler drunken shoving whiskey down his throat debacle.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so that wraps up the feedback for this show. Thank you very much, as always, for leaving that and continue to leave it. We'll continue to read it. I did want to actually bring this to your attention. I thought you'd find this very interesting. I posted our review today, of course, of Great American Bash 88. We posted.
We will eventually do Bash 98 down the line.
We posted that on the Bigelow34proboards.com. There's a whole section. You have our WWF/WWE pay-per-view reviews, and then our WCW pay-per-view reviews. Right now we're through Bash 88 on there.
Yep.
I posted the link on that on Graham's Facebook page, and Mike Carpenter says, "This was my debut working NWA JCP as my first summertime job." So I asked him if he had a cool story about it. He said, "I was nervous at ringside with JR, Tony, and Gary wearing headsets, listening to David Crockett from The Director in the Truck, and being amazed looking up at the Tower of Doom."
Wow.
I know. So
I think we would have to have him on the show.
Yeah,
just
I was just about to say, I'm going to try and get him contacted directly, Mike Carpenter, and try and get him on the show to talk about his days as a NWA lackey.
I've never met anybody that actually worked for the NWA. That's awesome.
It's cool. So it's pretty cool. So we'll have to try and get hold of him.
I had an issue with I'm glad he mentioned the Tower of Doom, because I had an issue with that match, and if you read my comments, you'll see why. But my opinion was that match should have been better suited for outdoors, because if you remember, for you fans that did remember watching it, as Justin and I did, the thing was so damn high that it went above the light circle, and you couldn't really see anything for like the first 6 or 7 minutes. It was very logistic. It was tough to watch.
Although I did enjoy seeing Tommy Young crammed in under the lights.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to crap himself, squeezing really that little 3-inch space. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Overall, it's not a bad show, though.
No, definitely check out our board for all those. There's so many reviews on there, and I just put up my own little section. I got all my classic nitros, house shows, superstars, and everything else. So a lot there to read to keep you busy. And I'm going to start posting more links from that board on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Mm-hmm. Again, the Twitter is @Place2B Podcast number 2. So definitely friend us and follow us.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I also want to quickly bring up. I threw up a couple questions on the Facebook page about NFL, either a fantasy or a prediction league. Fantasy didn't really get much traction, so we're probably not going to do that. But we will be doing a prediction, picks league thing. So we'll have that up on the board. Of course, no prize involved. This is strictly for fun.
Yes, and no points. No points either.
No, nothing.
Just pick team. Just team picks. No spreads.
No, nothing.
No money.
No. Right. Just fun prognostication.
Just goofing off and having a good time. Yep. And maybe the picks winner. Maybe we'll do something. We'll talk about maybe the picks winner. Will guest host a future. Of course. And we can go on a double date. Him and his date, and me and Animal. So yeah. and I get to wear his robe. No.
You could probably get Flair to go to the Super Bowl for a price.
He could use the money. Maybe we'll have the winner of the pick'em,
we'll do
co-host
something.
a future cast.
So we're going to have that probably on the message board, but we'll keep the standings and everything posted up on the Facebook page too.
Right.
So we'll get that set up soon, obviously, as the season draws near. We will also be doing our previews, and I guess we can also talk about our little jaunt that's going to be happening on the 17th of September.
Yes, it is. It's pretty much confirmed now. Yes, on September 17th, it's a Saturday. We'll be heading up, Mr. Ozero and I, your humble correspondents.
And I believe the Honchonator is coming with us.
That's right, our curb stud, Andy Flanagan, and we'll be heading up to Beverly, Mass, to see our good friend.
No, it's not Beverly, is it? It's Melrose,
is it Beverly?
I think.
Is it okay?
No, Beverly is where Charlie Hool lives.
That's right. It's our good man Charlie. That's right. Where is it? Melrose? Is
Melrose,
that what you said?
Mass. I have no idea where the hell that is.
I have no idea. I didn't even know it existed. We're going up to Melrose, Mass, to go see our good friend and former guest, John Walters, in his. I guess that's still Big Time, right? Big Time.
No, it's something else. It's like a big anniversary show. It's like a 10th anniversary of some promotion.
Yeah. So apparently this card is going to be fairly loaded. So what we're going to hopefully do is I'm going to borrow my radio boss's digital recorder and take a jaunt up and see if we can get a little interview action going on.
MWF 10.
That used to be my friends in my Sega Genesis Federation, the NWF. It's pretty funny. So that's what we're gonna do. It's on September. So, hey, you know what? If you live in the area and you're close by that day, come on out.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. I want to have a little Place to Be Nation meetup if we can. I'm already working on Derek LaRue and our other buddy, the Mad Stepdad from our message board.
Yes.
Both guys live up at Mass. So yeah, it would be cool if we can get a little group together. We all get to meet up and hang out a little bit.
Yep.
Also, Paul Bearer, Percy Pringle, Bill Moody is going to be there. At that show
that's
as well.
that's pretty sweet.
So
We'll definitely have to talk to the. Speaking of Paul Bearer, I just saw him on camera.
Yeah, if we could get a little chat with him. I think Tony Atlas, I don't know, I saw a listing somewhere. Oh, here we go. Oh, Carlito's going to be there. Abyss, Jay Lethal, Tony Atlas, Ox Baker, and
I've
many
always
more.
wanted to interview Ox Baker. I've never met Ox Baker. I've always wanted to meet Ox Baker.
So that is the big NWF 10th anniversary show, Melrose, Mass, September 17th. Our buddy John Walters taking on Low Key, formerly Caval. So that should be an awesome match.
Oh yeah, that will be a
John
tremendous
can definitely work his ass off when he's in there with someone that can work back with him, and Low Key obviously fits that bill. So
no Greg the Hammer, huh? Bummer.
Maybe it's still early. Still got some time. It'll be cool
Yeah,
though, seeing Paul Bearer, Carlito, Tony Atlas, Ox. So a lot of cool guys there. So we'll definitely keep you guys updated as we get closer to that. Like we said, we're going to try and get some interviews set up, and even if not full interviews, just quick sound bites. So
Yeah, cool. 4 or 5 minutes just to get some comments.
yeah. So we're working on that, and obviously Monday night we're interviewing Stevie Richards. I'm going to post the info, but as far as I know, he's planning on streaming the show live while we record it on his website, and then we'll post it right after as well. So we're looking forward to that. Stevie seems like a pretty cool guy. I talked to him last week to set things up, and he's looking forward to coming on. We're looking forward to talking to him, so we'll be back with that. We will also be back next week, obviously, with Tuesday in Texas and the 1991 year in review. And maybe we'll sneak a little headline show in there late in the week as well. So, you got anything else before we take off here, Scott?
Nope, I think the energy level is on E. Let's everyone enjoy the weekend and enjoy SummerSlam.
Yes, so enjoy the show. We will talk to you next week, and keep bringing your feedback and keep bringing all your love. And follow us on Twitter, Place to Be Podcast. Thank you.
Peace.
Living for the weekend, but don't anymore. 'Cause here comes that familiar feeling that Friday